Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to talk about this multi-view tiling video matrix. The model number on this product is KD-MLV 4x4 Pro. This is now the third generation of multi-view video processor that we've released here at Key Digital. So you know we've got it down to an art form. And unlike the previous two generations, this product is a 4x4 matrix, which allows you to deliver this multi-view layouts or full screen layouts into more displays and sell this product into much more applications as well, which we are going to go into in more details here shortly. Some of the other really cool features, text overlay. So if you've got that quad screen going, you can have customizable text, customizable wording of the text, sizing as well on all four quadrants or any of the custom layouts, or even in full screen. Think about it in a laboratory or an operations center where you want to see what PC you're monitoring, or think about it in a museum if you want to direct different groups of people to follow a specific direction. There you have it. Seamless switching when each output is in the same mode, meaning if it's all full screen or all multi-view, switching from source 1 to 2 or switching your different multi-view layouts, no seam whatsoever. Great for applications with projectors where they have that long blue screen going from one source to the next, right? Mirrored HDMI and CAT outputs, and we include all the receivers in the box. And unlike the previous two generations of product, this product supports 4K input and output, and it allows you to down convert on each output independently. What does it mean down convert? If I've got a mixture of 4K and 1080p displays, and I want to send 4K content to those displays, but at the same time send that same content to my 1080 display, I just apply that down convert, set it, forget it. Anything that's 4K going to that output is going to be received by that display in 1080p. There's also 9 built-in test patterns we're going to give you guys a look at. Support for Dolby and DTS Digital 5.1, 6.1 surround formats. So obviously you break that out on the HDMI or the digital audio connector. Analog and digital audio de-embed that is independent. So that's a really great feature. USB setup, making it super convenient for you. KD app and web UI controllability, in addition to RS-232 and IR. Remote control is in the box. Thank you very much. So here is a huge advantage. We really went for it with this one. We put the HDMI and the extension output, the over CAT, HDMI over CAT extension. Every of the 4 outputs has mirrored. So you actually have up to 8 displays you can connect. So just imagine that in your local small bar, right? They got 8 displays, less than a dozen displays, not a huge place. And you can deliver this wow factor, this capability to them at such a good price point with the MLV 4x4 Pro. And they want to control it. Hey, you got an iPhone, you got an iPad, here you have it. The free Key Digital app, or as I like to say, free 99, gives you full screen, multi-view and audio control. It allows you to select your multi-view modes. The multi-view modes, when selected, do apply to all outputs. And it allows you to control video and audio independently, so that if I just take a step back here, one of these satellite boxes is the one I want to listen to as the main audio source. I could route that to my audio output that is maybe feeding the amplifier or audio distribution system. Similarly, we have the web UI. So why would I need to do web UI versus the Key Digital app? It's just another option. The Key Digital app, we engineer specifically, we develop specifically for iOS. So for folks using Android or a PC, they could go ahead and control, just open up any web browser. And it is password protected though. So if you get any wise guys in the establishment that think they're smart, lock them out. There you go. What do you see? You see the friendly names of the devices, like your They don't have to call it input 1, 2, 3, 4. We could call them DirecTV 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. Same thing goes for the naming. You could do your video routing, multi-view select, independent audio control, just as we described with the Key Digital app. Now, the independent audio routing is a really, really great feature that was also not available on the previous 2 generations. So that allows you to send video to one output, say output 1, but audio from another source through that same output on those external, the audio de-embed ports. So, you know, imagine you're well, this is huge, for example, if you're watching 4 games at once, obviously you want to just choose one of those to listen to, right? But it's also good for the folks that want to watch the game while listening to the news, you know, or if you wanted to just, in a commercial environment, de-embed audio from all 4 input sources, so they could all 4 constantly be feeding output to a mixer, for example. There you go. Good. Had to think, had to reach into the depths to pull that application example out. I told you about the test patterns that are in the box. I told you about the text overlay. Here's an example of both. Now, the test patterns, I just see this as a really good way to expedite your installation. How many times do you go to the job site? You're going to have these 4 SAT boxes as your 4 video sources, but the cable satellite company hasn't come to install the boxes yet. So here you go. You set it for the test patterns and you're off to the races. No more delays waiting for the cable satellite company to install. So those are some of the key features, key benefits for you. Let's look at some of the applications, the folks that are already using this product and how they're doing it, and, you know, to go from wow to wow. So here's a casino sports gambling sports book. And actually, we've got 2 of these with a really great partner of ours up in North and South Dakota. And 2 of these systems there, 2 casinos, I should say. And, you know, it's funny when you look at it like this, it may not appear huge, right? But then you look at those ceiling tiles and you start counting them. It's 31 feet wide by 10 feet high. And this layout right here is the big deal. This layout, 5, like a centered main content with the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. And how do you build a layout like this? Well, we use 3 of our multi-viewers and 9 video sources. So we only see 8 right now, but you got your sources 1 through 4 and a multi-view 1. Your sources 5 through 8 into multi-view 2. They both feed into multi-view 3. We build a custom layout and on multi-view 3, where it basically takes the left half and right half of the screen. It sends it into that LED wall processor. That's responsible for taking the incoming 16:9 and stretching it to the 32:9 aspect ratio of this wall. Similar, same exact thing here, except for both MLVs are in full screen mode instead of quad screen mode. But this is the big ticket right here, the big deal, as I said, that source 9. So on the left-hand side, you just have top and bottom MLV1 content. So 2 out of the 4 sources. Similarly, on the far right, 2 more sources from MLV2, but then we take the 9th source, that's input number 3, into the multi-viewer, and we center that. And we actually have all of these presets available to you, documented in one of the additional resources we have on our website that I'll show you about shortly for the custom presets. So here's another look at this. This was pre-opening, 8 displays, 4K going into the video wall processor, the LED wall processor. You just cannot get any better, any cooler than that. See a lot of other displays there. Those all came from our AV over IP system as well. So keep your eyes open on our YouTube channel. You'll find the case study video documenting the whole thing. How about a gymnasium athletic facility? Well, just imagine, you know, we've had schools where folks use our multi-viewer and they would take one of these quadrants or one of these sections of the screen, insert the school's logo, the school's crest. That same thing, principle applies into conference rooms, for example. You want to walk in the conference room, have the company logo on the screen. This is the perfect way to do it. Here we have the video sources actually feeding up front our 8x8 matrix. 4 of the 8 outputs going to independent displays. And then we have the main display getting that multi-view. Of course, the beauty of this system is they're only using 1 out of the 4 connected available outputs, and they could use a whole lot more than that to add to deliver that multi-view layout on a large display or projector. So basically with this product, right, think about it. You're turning a projector or a large panel into a video wall at an unbelievable price point. Same thing in your sports and gaming caves. Here we're focused on the sports viewing. Just, this could be your basement, this could be your garage, this could be the home theater room. Additionally, this could be, I talked about those smaller bars and restaurants, those pubs that maybe have 1 or 2 projectors, but they don't have the space for, dozens and dozens of displays. You can create the sports bar environment with MLV 4x4 Pro. Let's change gears to House of Worship system, shall we? As I mentioned earlier, any application that has projectors can benefit from MLV 4x4 Pro because of the seamless switching capability. So if I go from source 1 to source 2, happens in the blink of an eye, no blue screen. So with this system, we complement the KD-MLV 4x4 Pro with the BYOD 4K, your wireless presentation system from Key Digital, and our X2x1W VTX. That's one of our many HD-based T wall plate extenders, and the receiver is sold separately on that one, X40MRX. And we're going to our 2 projectors with the included extenders so that we could deliver that full screen or multi-view layout on both screens. Audio D-embed feeding your DSP amplifier, iPad control with compass control in this case, turning on and off the projectors, custom scheduling, etc. So I mentioned sports and gamings, right? Well, and I showed watching sports on that application, but what about gaming? Well, let's just look at a few examples. So here is a real obvious one. You have your friends come over, they've all got their consoles and they all plug in, Fortnite, for example, wasn't online gaming with friends, right? So you bring your consoles and now you're up and running. Perfect application. But really what is super popular and also, a little more advanced is to make a sporting studio. Okay, so here's another application where they got 4 of the latest greatest PlayStations, 4 of the latest greatest Xboxes feeding the matrix, which then filters down 4 sources out of the 8 feeding the multi-view, going to your screen, your studio monitors, and being converted HDMI to USB so that you can go into a PC, use a software, to develop this kind of custom layout here. You see, we have 3 games. A lot of people are familiar already with the OBS studios of the world, where you can move your windows all around, have a custom background, and then stream it to your whatever your streaming platform may be, YouTube gaming, for example. So we do have custom preset resources available for you to view online so that you can learn how to make those custom presets and reference some of the already existing popular presets. The concept is, in this guide, it's actually a PowerPoint. So the concept is that we have you view the grid lines and you could count up the amount of dots that are there. We tell you how many dots there are, of course, to make it easy on you. And so that becomes representative. Each dot becomes representative of a pixel size, right? So depending on your layouts, how the custom presets work is there's the top left handle and the bottom right handle. Top left is the, let me go this way in my camera. Top left is the X0, Y0. Bottom right is the X1, Y1 for that input source. And you're able to make your layouts with that information. So there you have it. It just gets better and better. The Multiviewer KD-MLV 4x4 Pro certainly fits a variety of applications. And I know I've said it before, but it just is the real way to deliver wow factor these days, where it's like, so many features can be built into the display itself. What am I going to sell to my customer to make them really, truly enjoy their system, to make them really, truly excited about their system? This is the product. And if you want to get yours, you reach out to sales@keydigital.com.